From the Porcupine Freedom Festival in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, this is Darrell W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, June 28, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.82 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,176 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $251. Antiwar.com reports with the latest reports out of the UN saying some 80% of the Yemeni population is now in need of humanitarian aid. Saudi warplanes continued to pound the country, and Saudi warships continue to enforce a blockade through which only a handful of ships have been allowed, delivering a pittance of the aid needed. One would think this would add a new sense of urgency to ending the ongoing Saudi war against Yemen, but this apparently is not the case, with the pro-Saudi faction, the remnants of the former Hadi government, rejecting the idea of not even having a new peace talk at all. The last round of peace talks with the Shiite Houthis ended last week rather unceremoniously when Hadi negotiators attacked a Houthi press conference in Geneva, throwing shoes at the speakers and starting a fistfight. According to the UN, that was the only time during the entire week that the two sides were even in the same room. President Hadi resigned in January, and the Saudis insist on reinstalling him with this ongoing war. Hadi's aides insisted that there was nothing to talk about until the Houthis, who control most of the country, are prepared to unilaterally surrender all the major cities to them. That tactic is risky. Hadi was never a particularly popular ruler, installed at the behest of the U.S. and Saudi officials in a single candidate vote. That his faction is seen opposing the peace talks and backing a bloody Saudi war that's killed thousands is likely to add to resentment against him.
For over 35 years, Robertson Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports a video of an altercation between a SEPTA police officer trying to arrest a man carrying his young daughter for allegedly evading paying the $2.25 subway fare has gone viral. According to NBC Philadelphia, a cashier notified transit police about the fare after Ella Smith entered the Market Frankfurt L at the Margaret Orthodox station on Thursday. The video, captured by Transit Authority cameras, showed the officer forcefully shoving Smith by the throat while he held his toddler. During a press conference on Thursday, Police Chief Thomas Nestle III said an internal investigation is underway and that his department does not teach people to do that. According to Nestle, William Crawford, the officer involved, feared disciplinary action if he walked away. The officer's supervisor said, "That's a failure on my part. We never want a child's safety to be jeopardized." Nestle said Smith declined to give identification and refused to leave the train. The video shows Crawford speaking with Smith for around 6 minutes before physical force was used. After backup officers arrived, he was handcuffed while still holding his child, who appeared to be between 1 and 2 years old. Another passenger held the child while he was arrested. Smith was charged with fare evasion, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest, and the child was placed into the care of her mother.
FPP Radio News is brought to you by Coinbase. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. That's coinbase.fppradio.com.
Reuters reports Greek lawmakers on Sunday authorized a proposed July 5th ballot referendum that came from Prime Minister Alexis Tspiras, which sets Greece on a course for a plebiscite that has enraged international creditors and increased Greece's chance of exiting the Eurozone. The government easily passed the 151-vote threshold needed to authorize the referendum, with deputies from the far-right Golden Dawn voting with the government and pro-European opposition parties New Democracy, PASOK, and Topatomi, and the KKE Communist Party voting against. Greeks are due to vote on whether to accept or reject the latest terms offered by the creditors to Athens in order to unlock billions of euros in bailout funds. European partners have reacted negatively to the announcement of the referendum. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.